She's been called a vamp, a tramp, even a world-class con artist. But whatever Madonna is, she is never forgettable. As she releases her new album, Bedtime Stories, she gave MTV her latest views on Life at the Top.
A new album, Bedtime Stories. Can you tell me the concept behind the album, the thinking behind this album?
Well, I think most of the songs are about a kind of a spiritual struggle, or coming to terms with a spiritual struggle, or coming to realizations about, well, life, really. I know it sounds kind of general, but that's really what it is.
And there's a romantic theme within the album, of course.
Yeah.
There is a move from sex to romanticism.
Well, let's say eroticism and romanticism.
Does this mean that this is a new Madonna, a softer Madonna, or have you explored the concept of sex enough?
No, it's not that I've explored it enough, it's just that it's such a taboo subject that I think it distracted people too much from my music and what I was trying to say. So I am sort of exploring other things that are important to me. It's not that eroticism and sex isn't important to me, but romance is too, and I'm exploring that. And it's just another part of me.
In what way do you think it distracted people, though, just in terms of the press?
Because sex is a taboo subject, period. We're just not supposed to talk about it. So.
Okay, the first song's called Survival. But are you a natural-born survivor? Is it something that you've actually had to learn?
I think that you learn to survive. I think life teaches you how to survive. I don't think anyone's born a survivor. But, you know, it's like if you throw a child into a swimming pool, they sink or swim. You know, you teach yourself based on the circumstances that are thrown in your way. Or you don't, one or the other.
But do you think that because you had a long period where you were not in the public eye, you know, when you were younger?
When was that? Oh.
Can you remember that far back? But actually those experiences at that time...
I think that gave me a good, strong base to stand on. But I think more importantly, since I was very young, I have had situations thrown in my face where I had to survive, and I had to teach myself to survive and find resources to be strong. I think that's the real reason that I've been learning how to be a survivor since I was very young.
There's a stereotypical vision of icons as being victims of their own success. Have you ever felt that you've been a victim of success?
I think that everyone who's famous is a victim of the media's portrayal of them, because the media's portrayal can never give you the whole picture of a person, and everything you say is taken out of context, or as everything you do is an isolated incident. If people could follow you around all day and understand that you're a whole human being with a full life, they would get the whole picture. But they end up getting isolated incidents, and things you do get reinterpreted by people who either like or dislike you, and depending on how they feel about you, that's how they reinterpret what you've done, and then that's what that's what society or the public or whatever, that's what they digest. So you end up getting a very convoluted picture of what a person is. So you end up becoming a prisoner of that, and that is the downside of being famous.
Are you being punished then? You know, I mean, that is...
Well, that's part of it. I mean, it is. I do feel. I don't think success is punishing me, but I think that the media just started to sort of jump on this bandwagon of beating up on me, because there were so many people that were upset with what I was doing a couple of years ago, and that just was kind of the very unoriginal direction everyone went in, and said, okay, let's just everything that she does, let's beat her up. I mean, that's what it felt like, you know. And I found that I was being, that no matter what I did after I published my book, that everything was a response to my book, not what I was doing. So it did feel kind of like a punishment, but I do hate using that word, because everyone at this point has said it to me a million times, and I'm not sitting in my room going, I'm being punished, it's not fair, you know.
But has there ever been a time where you have been tempted or have manipulated the press yourself?
Or I have been tempted?
Okay, where you have manipulated.
Well, I suppose I have known that certain things that I would do would provoke a certain reaction. I have known that, so I suppose that is a purposeful manipulation to a certain extent. But on the other hand, it always, I never compromised what I was trying to say artistically, so.
Is real success about taking risks and the route to happiness or
Absolutely,
fulfillment?
in every way.
In every area of your life?
In every way, yeah. Yeah.
There aren't many people in this world that take risks, though, really.
'Tis a pity.
Do you think if you'd been a man, you would have had an easier ride?
Actually, there are people that take risks, but they're not famous. You see, most people that are famous want to, and are popular, quote unquote, want to maintain their popularity. So in order to maintain your popularity, you can't take risks, because if you take risks, you might offend people. If you offend people, you can't maintain your popularity. So I know lots of people that take risks. They just don't happen to be in the public eye or in the limelight or whatever you want to call it.